Just like a soup in a pato, we bubble in a hato. Oh, say Miss Banton, a rock you non-stop.
Here we're backstage at the Belly Up with Pato Banton. Just finished the show. It was an awesome show, awesome energy. For someone who didn't come to the show tonight, what's the energy like at a show that you perform at?
Well, basically, you know, the feedback I got from the people that was here was that the show was very awesome, very uplifting, fun, spiritual, motivating. You know, I have a great band called the Now Generation Band. We've got drum, bass, keyboards, guitar, trumpet, trombone. Saxophone player wasn't here tonight. You know, we got percussion. So it's a big sound. You know, everybody's dancing, everybody's making, you know, giving their all into the set. So it's a very feel-good vibe, you know, and people had a great time tonight.
Definitely, definitely. So you made a pretty big announcement tonight that this is going to be kind of the last year you're going to be performing. So are you looking into going and producing, or are you going to be sitting in the studio making rhythms? Like what's going to happen?
I'm not sure. You know, every so often, you know, I get motivated and inspired to do something, and usually while I'm praying and meditating. And I remember in the year 2000, well, 1999. You know, my spirit was telling me I needed to do education. I kept hearing the words education, and I had no idea what it was about, you know. So I never had an education myself. So I thought maybe I was feeling like I needed to go and get an education. And then at the end of 1999, 2 of my sons were shot in a drive-by shooting. And I stopped touring for 6 years and started doing community work in my community and ended up teaching kids. Next thing I knew, I was the head of the music department in the college. After that, I was assistant director of creative studies at the head arts college in the city. Then I set up 2 community organizations, one to help kids get back into school, one to help talented kids get into the music industry, and then a 3rd organization to get kids out of gangs and back into work or school. And I was teaching kids with learning difficulties too. And I even taught kindergarten kids. So, you know, I didn't understand what it was all about until years later. And then I reflected back and realized, wow, this, you know, my spirit was telling me education, and I had no idea that I would have been the head of music in a college, you know, considering I never left school with any grades. I left school at 14 years of age and never went back. So that was a major accomplishment. So, you know, after 6 years of doing that, the Spirit told me again that it was time to pick up the microphone and go back on the road. And I thought that was going to be tough after staying away for so long, and I picked up the microphone and started touring the world again, and like I never stopped, you know. The last time I felt inspired was 7 years ago when I heard the Spirit say to me I needed to record the words of Christ, which I didn't think I could do, but I ended up doing, you know, 7 years of recording the words of Christ, and 7 CDs later, the whole series is done now. You know, I just completed a 7 CD box set called The Words of Christ, and I just finished a book. No, I don't have the book on me, but I just finished the book too. So I'm hearing the voice again telling me that it's time to put Pato Banton to rest. So, you know, whenever I get inspired like that, I just follow it. I've learned not to question it too much. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what the future holds for me. I do not have any plans. If I told you I had plans, I'd be lying.
Sure.
I don't have any money in my bank account so that I could be retiring to relax. You know, whatever the future holds for me, I don't know. All I know is that, you know, whatever comes in the future, I'm going to continue being of service. I'm going to continue to try my best to inspire people and enlighten people and motivate people. And, you know, I'd like to carry on doing some music, maybe not as Pato Banton, you know, but I don't know what the future holds. So I'm just going to keep praying for the rest of this year till December when I'm going to stop. And hopefully by December I will know what the next step is.
For sure. For sure. For sure. That's a positive step, you know?
Yeah.
You know, maybe like we don't know what the plan is, but
Yeah.
there's a plan.
There's a plan.
So definitely, that's awesome. Tell me about the show. You guys always wear white when you perform. Why? What is that?
For me, I mostly wear white on stage. Firstly, because it's clean. It feels clean. It looks clean. When you travel like we travel, because I just did like a 3-year non-stop tour.
Out of a suitcase.
Out of suitcase, and if you're traveling with 7 guys in a band, and you let them wear whatever they want to wear, you know, and they're wearing dark colors and, you know, khaki and military and jeans, you can smell some odors because you know they can hide, you know, the dirt.
For sure.
But when you got guys wearing white every day, as soon as there's a spot of dirt, it's got to go in the laundry. So it keeps everybody clean. The other thing I like about white is when you're on stage and the colors change, the white changes.
Sure.
So you might look like you're wearing white, but when the colors hit you during the show, you're changing from white to red to blue to yellow to green, you know. So it keeps you moving with the lights, and also I think, you know, on a spiritual level, you know, I love to wear white because it just reminds me of purity and staying clean, keeping your heart pure and clean.
For sure, for sure. So originally you're from Birmingham, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you ever miss Birmingham? Do you ever like drive down the 5 and see Birmingham Drive and kind of like trip out?
Well, I get to go to Birmingham, Alabama. But no, I get to visit my family. I went to Birmingham, UK, which is also the home of Steel Pulse, the English Beat, UB40, Maccabee, you know, there's a big musical family there. But I managed to go in October and spend some time with my family, and it was my birthday, so I got to hang out with all my kids and my grandkids and my mom, which was really nice, you know. I hadn't been home for 2 years. But I don't miss the city, you know. When I used to tour years ago and be away for months, I used to miss my family, you know, more than anything, my children.
Sure.
But what I did when I decided to move to the USA, I bought my mom a iMac, a big iMac screen, and I put Skype on it. So every Sunday, my family goes down to my mom's for dinner, and they turn on the Skype, and I just pop up on the Skype, and I get to see everybody face to face.
That's awesome.
Talk to my kids, talk to my mom, you know, laugh and make jokes. So it feels as though I'm really there, you know, and everyone in my family has my Skype address, so I leave my Skype on every day so they can just ding in.
Sure.
When I'm working or whatever I'm doing, they just ding in and talk to me face to face. So I don't miss anybody anymore.
For sure. That's
you know,
awesome. Technology.
And a city is a city to me. You know, it doesn't matter what city you live in, you make the best of it. You know, and concrete is concrete. You know, if I leave England for a year and go back, some of the buildings are not there that I remember. So I don't get too attached to the city, but it's the people that mean everything to me. And in America now, I have family in all the states now, you know. I have fans who love the music, and I also have spiritual family, you know, who I get together with as I tour, and we pray together, we read, study together, and commune. So, you know, I have a really massive extended family now across the USA where, you know, if I was to say, right, I'm going to walk from LA to New York, I wouldn't have to book a hotel room, you know. I'd only have to walk 100 miles, and I'd have someone with a house that would put me up, take care of me, and then I'd walk another 100 miles, and, you know, family across the states. Sure. So it's nice. It's nice.
So where do you see the future of reggae music going? Where is it headed?
I see the future of reggae music like a tree, you know. The roots of reggae music will always be in Jamaica, you know, and the tree stump, or the trunk, as you could say, would be the Wailers, the pioneers of reggae music would be the trunk, And now we have the branches, you know, and the branches would be all of the pioneers that have sprung up in the last 10 years, and, you know, not just from Jamaica, but from Brazil, Argentina, Peru, you know what I mean, Germany, the UK, everywhere. You know, there's some awesome reggae artists now from all different countries. And then you've got the leaves, you know, which are so vast and diverse. You know, there's no containing reggae anymore, because reggae is now in jazz, it's in rock, it's in blues. You know, people sing about love, people sing about Jah, people sing about guns. You know, people use reggae music for everything. You know, I love playing FIFA soccer when I got time on my Xbox, and I'm just hearing all kinds of reggae busting out on FIFA soccer from all over the world.
For sure.
So, you know, reggae can't be contained. You know, I like to, one of the things I love about reggae right now is the Marley sons, you know. The brothers, you know, I like to see how diverse Damien, Julian, Stephen, Ziggy, you know, that is something that really makes me proud to see how Bob Marley's children have really taken the music and made it their own, you know, and have been strong, you know. But I don't think no one can contain that music now, you know. It's really taken a life of its own, and every part of the world has embraced it. And I can only hope and pray that the positive reggae and the spiritual reggae is the reggae that remains strong and resurfaces and is what the world embraces, more than all the other trifling things people use the music for. I really hope and pray that cultural, positive, spiritual reggae gets the respect it deserves, and that the artists get to, you know, get to be paid what they deserve for their art. Because a lot of great reggae artists are suffering, you know, and have never really been able to eat from the music they've given to us, you know. So it would be nice to see them eat and survive.
Awesome. Do you have any final thoughts for San Diego? Anything else you want to add to all your fans, all the people here of San Diego, Solana Beach, belly up?
The only thing I want to say to all the people of San Diego is you guys are awesome, you know. You guys have made reggae music what it is in California. You know, big respect to Makeda Dread and all the reggae pioneers, you know, and especially to all the fans who have come to the shows, bought their tickets, bought the CDs, supported the artists. And, you know, I just want to say thank you. You know, San Diego is really like a second home for me. I love it down here. When I come down here, I feel like a king, because I just get so much love and respect. So thank you. You know, and I know I'm not the only artist that come down here and gets to be treated like that. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for keeping it real, you know, and I'm going to come back a few more times.